Queen's Gambit. And we are not amused.
Welcome back to The Gentleman Psychic. Make certain to hit the like and subscribe button. And you know what to do. Ring that notification bell to be among the first to receive updates on videos like this and others. Also, have a look over at my Patreon, link in the bio. I want to thank all of my patrons who have donated and supported, because really, it's people like you who keep content like this alive, and thank you. It means the world to me. Also, have a look over at my website, thegentlemanpsychic.com, because I have a limited amount of artwork and prints for sale. I am running out. I am running low. You might notice the Baron is missing. The Baron is gone. He found a new home, and I have to get my rear in gear and paint some more for you. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that is perhaps a little controversial. Now, I am not a Christian. I have not been a Christian in a very long time. I, in fact, am a Satanist. I am not just a Satanist, but I am under the umbrella term of a Satanist. And in my practice, I am able to work with people on every spectrum, in every religion. I have worked with atheists, and I have worked with, that's not a religion, that's specifically not a religion, but I've worked with Buddhists, and I've worked with Hindus, and I've worked with Christians, and I've worked with Muslims, and I've worked with Catholics and Protestants, and you name it, I have at one point or another worked with these people. The problem is that I spend a lot of my time making people, or at least working to make people comfortable with contacting beyond the veil. We know that since the 1970s, the Ouija board has gotten a bum rap. It has been literally demonized. The Ouija board is just means of communication. It's no more different than other using a glass or ringing a bell or intuition or burning incense or saying a prayer. It really is not. It's a physical thing where you can touch it. The Ouija board is not evil. Nothing in and of itself in that realm is evil. As long as you are not harming somebody else, you are not taking advantage of somebody else, that you are being true to you, and you are being true to your nature, and again not harming anybody, there's nothing that is a sin. However, it has come to my attention that people will, I like to say, dabble in the dark arts. They dabble. And then they will run to where they feel safe, and where a safe space is needed at times, perhaps. They'll get into these seances and occult, and nothing happens. They are never scratched. They are never pushed. They never have whispers in the ear. They never have those kinds of things. But then many of these same people who never experience that when a Satanist does it will run to a safe space. They'll run to the church. They'll run to a position that has been ingrained in their minds since they were children. This is right, and this is wrong, and this is good, and this is evil. It's not good or evil or right or wrong. Again, if you're not harming anybody and you are not taking it, you're not, everyone is willing. It's not evil. It's just not. The problem is that I get a lot of, oh, you opened the doors and you made it so. No, I am not the one that when you leave that you have been scratched, or you have had whispers, or you have had ghosts, whatever it may be. I am not the one to blame. What is to blame is internalized fear and anxiety that you are creating inside of your own mind. And you go, I was trained in the church in this way. And so again, I messed over here. I dabbled in the dark arts. And that means that this being is going to punish me. It's not. It doesn't work that way. I am not, specifically not a Christian for many, many, many reasons. You can go back and watch many of my videos. I am not a Christian. I can work with Christian people. However, a word to the wise. And this happens, I've seen it in Catholic churches, I've seen it in Protestant churches. There is a relatively famous, and in quotations, exorcist, named Bob Larson. He's a Protestant. And he has claimed to cast out thousands of demons. And the way that he does this is that he will have you, the audience, the participants, to stare at him directly in the eyes. And then you have to repeat after him this certain prayer of opening yourself up. And then he says, and now is the time that we want you to just say whatever's on your mind. Now is not the time for quiet contemplation. And then sure enough, if you haven't seen him, sometimes it would be funny if it weren't a human tragedy. I'll put it that way. So he gets these people who have gone through trauma in their lives. We've all had trauma to a certain degree, but he gets these people who have gone through trauma. And then he tells them that they are evil. He tells them that they are demons. He tells them that there are demons inside of them that go way back. And he says, "What's your name?" And they'll inevitably growl. And then he'll say, "Demon, what's your name? How old are you, demon?" And it goes on and on and on like this. And so he's coaxing these answers out of these people who, for the first time, maybe in years, have been able to just let go. Just to allow whatever to exist to exist. Is he casting out demons? In my opinion, 100% absolutely not. I think that demons get a lot more credit than they deserve. What's more is that if you are calling energy evil, if you tell a child, put it this way, a child, if you tell a child every day, you are bad, you are evil, you are bad, you are evil, you're going to have a bad child. As bad as a child can be. The child will begin to think it is bad. And so, more to the analogy, you dabble, you play with the dark arts. You get scared and you run back to Jesus. Or you will one week decide that you're going to be a white witch and you're going to go over here and you're going to go buy all the books. And then you're going to get scared that you're going to go to hell and you're going to give them away. And then, oh, but I liked that. You go back out. I like being a white witch. I'm a witch. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I can't. I'm afraid of going to hell. You're not going to go to hell. Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, they're not going to punish you. They're not going to punish you. They're not going to punish you. Everyone can develop the ability, like anyone can learn to play the piano with enough practice, with enough time, with enough energy, with enough money. Anyone can learn to play the piano. Does everyone learn to play the piano? No, I haven't played since I was 5. But people who are musically inclined, sometimes it comes more naturally to some than it does to others. Some people have to work harder at it. But anyone can learn to play the piano. Almost anyone, I should say. Almost anyone could learn to play the piano. Almost anyone can learn to communicate with energies on the other side of the veil. It is not evil to do so. It's perfectly human and acceptable to do so. And when you are faced with energies that you are afraid of, remember it is you allowing that energy in your own world and allowing those little thought processes, those bubbles to collide in the brain. And it is you who is allowing yourself to be scratched and punched and hit and pushed and shoved and whispered to by demons. William Shakespeare said that they were the creatures of the id, the creatures of the mind. Now, the human mind is really a powerful and beautiful thing. And I tell people, are these beings real? Maybe they are. But there is energy. Yes, there is energy. Absolutely, 100%, there is energy. Whatever you call it, you call it. Again, it goes back to the loop. You can call it St. Peter. You can call it Baron Cemetery. You can do whatever you will. But when you dabble and you pull back, you are opening doors for yourself. Do what you do. Don't be afraid of it. Because when you allow yourself to be afraid and to be brainwashed by the religions of our childhoods that tell you that you're not good enough, that is when you open yourself up to danger. And with that, here's a word from my friend the devil and Oscar Wilde.
Lucky little devil, the whole world is wild about you. That's why I'm so blue. Lucky little devil, lucky little devil.
Hey, Asmodeus,
they all want some
where do chess players go to find bargains?
I surely do.
At a pawn shop. Okay, and king me. Because you absolutely king people in chess. Oh, goody. Now I get to play both sides of the board. Back to you in the studio.
I wanted to thank my top-tier patrons, Dee Lucaro, Mary Jane King, and Lauren Morgan Richards, and also thank you to all of my patrons. No matter what the size, it adds up. I appreciate you. Again, thank you. You mean the world to me. I am so glad that we are friends, that we are in that realm of things. And until next time, be good to each other, be kind to each other, do not be afraid. Be bold, be proud, be who you are, and as always, I'm your host, Richard-Lael Lillard, the Gentleman Psychic. Till next time.
Over your popularity, how can I picture you getting sweet on me? Lucky little devil, your love dreams are bound to come true. I wish mine would too, lucky little devil.